Welcome to day 4 of Genius Insight. My God, isn't it exciting? The entire journey is a journey within. And that, my friend, is the greatest adventure of all. Isn't it a wonderful and empowering feeling to take charge? That you've had a look at your fears and you feel for the first time, I can do something about it. Okay, this may be real, this may not be real, but there is something in my control and I can find a way out. That is the seed of genius. That is what we're getting at, because you look at all the legendary people, look at the people you admire. What is their greatest quality? Not that they don't have challenges. In fact, their life is surrounded by challenges, and listening to their overcoming, listening to their solutions, listening to how they handled it, fought through it and became bigger. That is why you listen. That is why you follow them, because it's like, oh my God, he did it. And somewhere inside there is this feeling, there is this idea that if he can do it, I can also do it. And you, my friend, are going to grow to be that story where people will look at you and say, if he can do it, my God, I knew him just a year ago. And if in a year he can change or she can change her life around, then I've got hope. This program is not only going to help you, inspire you, and empower you, but it will also uplift others who are connected with you. And that is the greatest gift for you to carry forward. So here is the thing. If you make the wish, then only you can make it come true. When you go and pray to God or a supreme force that you believe in, while you put your intention out, the minute you walk out of that divine place, you have to start taking action toward your dreams, to your goals. Yes, there is this great confidence that somebody somewhere is supporting you, but end of the day, you have to take action. See, I can give you a ticket to Maldives. I can do that. Okay, I won't do that, but I can do that. But at the end of the day, you have to wake up, you have to pack your bags, you have to make up your mind, you have to take the cab, you have to get to the airport, take the flight and get there. Just owning a ticket means nothing. It means you have a ticket. That does not mean you're in Maldives. You've enrolled for this program. It means you have a ticket. Now you have to make the journey to get there. You can't say you've given me a ticket to Maldives, now take me there. Hey, that's not how prayers work. That's not how wishes work. That's not how life works. That's not how this planet works. You have made the wish. You have gotten the opportunity, and now you have to take action. And if you're not willing to do that, then my humble advice is stop wishing and stop praying. And something, while people make a wish, they want to take action, but then there is this self-doubt. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I'm prepared. It's not the right time. And then they start beating themselves up. The fear of inadequate, the fear that I am not enough. The fear is it will never work. The fear is I don't know, and so on. That whole bag comes and hits you in the face. And then we sit pretty with the ticket of Maldives and never having gone there. There is this amazing quote, if the mind can conceive it, the body can achieve it. And I will go a step further to tell you that if your mind can conceive it, then you already have within you the abilities or the endowment to do it and to get there. If you didn't have that, your mind only will not tell you it is possible. Your mind only will reject the idea. Where does that idea come from? It comes from you, right? And you have to have some rich source for the mind to build that dream, to build that vision. If that wasn't there, this couldn't have been there. Don't doubt yourself. Yes, it could be. Let's say if I say I want to be a singer and I've never sung in my life, it means that maybe something is right. Something is there within me. I have melody. I have the voice. I need to learn how to be in tune, and so on. But the basic is there. I may have to learn. I may have to practice. I may have to develop to get there. But that rich source, that gift, that talent is provoking me to imagine it. And that is the root of that imagination, that wish and that prayer is you. But the problem is that we buy into negativity. We see other people and we say, oh, I'm not like him. I can never be like him. And then we stop ourselves. We don't bet on ourselves. We don't give ourselves a chance. Even when an opportunity comes up and someone tells you, hey, there's this contest opened up. Why don't you record a song and upload it? And you don't do it. because, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm there. Hey, do something about it. Maybe you're ready. Otherwise, why is your friend telling you? He doesn't wish ill for you. Otherwise, he wouldn't be a friend. There is something that he's seen in you, and therefore he's urging you participate in that contest. But you are neither believing in yourself nor believing in your friend. What is going on? You see the absurdity of this situation. People take up a job, they put their profile. Did you know that you get hired for your potential? If the person hiring you, if your boss does not see potential, if they do not believe that you will actually deliver results, why will they dig their hands in their pockets and pay you for it? They are convinced. That's why they're willing to bet on you and pay you the money. And yet I go for conferences with the greatest woe that the leadership has is people don't believe. I tell him you can do 100 and he says I can't. I can only do 10. Oh, you are my enemy. You're pushing me. You're trying to hurt me. You're trying to drive me out of the company. I don't understand. Didn't you come here to grow? Didn't you come here to be successful? And didn't you promise you would do whatever it takes? And now when you've convinced the fellow, when you've convinced him that you are capable of success, you're doubting him and you're doubting yourself. It just doesn't add up. Okay, when you look at it externally, it sounds laughable. But you know what? Our fears are so big that they hold us back and they provoke us to rebel and rebel against anyone who dares to believe in you. Isn't that really, really sad? Chalo, let me tell you a story. So we bring in our beautiful character Veer. He was living on an island and he was a woodcutter. Okay, a small job and small life, but big dreams. What was his big dream? He wanted to marry the daughter of the chief, who was the most beautiful woman on the island. So one could say that Veer had dared to dream beyond his means. There was no match only. He was a woodcutter and she was the daughter of the chief, and it was a near impossible dream to even entertain. But Veer's friend would really encourage him and say, no, you can. You don't know who you are. You are the fastest swimmer. You're a great human being. One time there was a storm and there was an old lady who got pulled into the sea, and Veer, with total disregard for his life, went and saved her. He was talented. From tree stumps, he could sculpt things. He was amazing. And his friend said, look at all these qualities you have. Okay, you have not made it to success. Okay, you're not famous and popular. And okay, you are not some chief's son. But don't forget who you are. You have gifts and talents that nobody on this island has. But Veer, because people like that and yourself. He's like, you don't know, but all this doesn't matter. Really, I really swim that fast? I don't know. These people, right? And in Veer, somewhere, if you can see yourself, oh my God, you are an enlightened one where you can say, this is my story. This is what I need to hear. And then one day, the chief announced, he said, I am going to get my daughter married and I'm looking for a suitable groom. Okay. And he said, anyone who wishes to marry my daughter, come on the cliff at 5 a.m. and I will choose a suitable man for my daughter. There was excitement on the island. Everyone who was single was there since 4 a.m. Even those who were married divorced their wives overnight or left them and came there, because this was a golden opportunity, a chance of a lifetime. So 5 o'clock, the day broke and the chief came there and he said, look, I'm looking for a husband for my daughter and I want him to be of the standard of a chief, because one day he's going to take my position. So here is the simple task for you. Look at that island far away, and there was a little island far away, and he said, my daughter is there with the priest ready for the wedding ceremony. So all you need to do is jump off that cliff and swim to the water. But before you take the leap, let me tell you that we have filled the waters with men eating crocodiles. So if you escape them, if you swim, and if you get there alive, you marry my daughter. Go. And you know what? Immediately there was this chatter that broke loose. The chief is crazy. What kind of challenge is this? What kind of opportunity is this? Is it really worth it? She's not even that pretty. You know how it is? That the minute you have a challenge, you perceive a problem, oh my God, your own fears will turn against you, not promote you, not push you, not say, hey, you can do this, now get there. At least the doors are open. There will be challenges. Look, even if you sit at home, no, there are enough challenges. Don't do anything that is a challenge itself. Well, if you think there are going to be no problems in life, well, I don't even know how to complete the sentence, because there always will be. But they coexist like in nature. The prey and the predator coexist. So nobody was taking the lead. Some people went back. Some people were standing. Some people were bickering against the chief. Now some people were bickering against that beautiful girl that they were so in love with. And suddenly they all saw a man leap off the cliff and jump into the water. And they were like, oh my God, who was that? But when you look around and you're in a crowd, you don't even know who jumped. But they were looking at that fellow swimming. There were a few crocodiles coming in, and there was like this, the car chase. This was now a crocodile and man chase. And the man went below, and they were like, oh my God, where did he go? Is there going to be blood? And he swam around them and so on. And within minutes, there were crocodiles snapping their teeth all over, but they would see the head here, the head there. He went zigzag, zigzag, and landed up on the other island. And the entire crowd stood there enthralled that the beautiful daughter of the chief has found a suitor who will not just be her husband, but also potentially their chief in the future. And who do we see on the small island? It's Veer struggling his way up, and he saw in front of him this beautiful wedding arrangement, and the priest came running to him. And the first question he asked him is, son, how did you manage the courage to jump? And Veer looked enraged and confused, and he looked back at the island, the cliff, and the people were looking so tiny. He's like, I didn't. Someone pushed me. And guess who did? His friend. His friend pushed him off the cliff into the water. That go. You have an opportunity for your dreams. Yes, there is a problem, but don't you remember, you're the fastest swimmer. You have saved a person's life in the middle of a storm. And you know what? You can do this. See, when do people push you? When they believe in you. And people around you, if they are your family, if they are your friends, if they are your bosses, your seniors, they believe in you. They watch you, and they don't just watch what you do, they evaluate what you can do into the future. And that's how Veer made it to the island, married the girl of his dreams, and became the future chief. So let's look at this a little more deeply. Was that push really called for? The friend was fed up. He said that every day he talks about that girl. Every day he goes on and on. I want this, and I don't know how I will ever make it. People like that who are forever bickering about their dreams also. I don't know. I really have this dream. Look at that person. He made it. Look at that fellow. He got an opportunity. That company made it $2 million. They're always saying, but they're never taking action. They're sitting with all the talent and only complaining. And his friend was fed up. But more than that, he was convinced that Veer had it in him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be the enemy. And all Veer actually needed was a push. But you know what? Not everybody is ready for the push. It could be that Veer has a dream, but he's not a good swimmer. He's not a good person, and so on. And in that case, nobody pushes you. Nobody bets on you also. When you tell your seniors, oh, I couldn't do it, he's like, yeah, it's okay. Leave it. No problem. When people are agreeing with your excuses, when people are not, taking you to task, when people are not pulling you up, that also means they don't believe in you. They don't see you're ready. They know that even this much that you did know is a big thing. Forget bigger things that you think that you can do. So when you have somebody who's picking up the stick and saying, run, you can do better. Okay, they generally don't do that. Somebody's really taken away the platform of comfort from you and saying, fly, jump, swim. It also means that they believe in you, and you better start believing in yourself. Yes, the crocodiles are real. You know what? Everybody can see them. Even the friend who's pushing you can see that. They know what you're up for. But you know what? They know what you have, that you can overcome that challenge, and you will figure on the way. You can't plan everything. There are so many variables that can come up. Maybe the crocodiles are not hungry. Maybe they are not man-eaters. Maybe they're just crocodiles. Now, while in life you need somebody to push you, you also need somebody to help you prepare for the goal and prepare for the challenges. And that somebody in your life for 1 year is me. And somewhere along the journey, I am physically going to push you off the cliff and say, go swim. Don't worry. It's all covered in your genius. Just swim past the obstacles. You will make it to the island. And even if I don't do it, life is going to push you anyways. Whether you're prepared or you're not prepared, it is going to put you in trouble. It is going to bring challenges unto you. It could be that you were talking to someone and arguing with someone, your foot slipped and you fell into the water. Then what will you do? You will have to find within yourself in that moment the strength to be the fastest swimmer on the planet or get eaten up by crocodiles. That is how life operates, right? It doesn't wait for your preparation. It already gave you 21 years. It already gave you 30 years. Now, how much time will life give you? You jump or life will push you. And if you have friends, if you have colleagues, if you have seniors, and if you have me and your coaches and your mentors, we will systematically push you into the water. So you can find within yourself the resources, enough intelligence and instinct to make it through. Now, was it a possibility that Veer could have been eaten by the crocodiles, been outwitted? Could that be a possibility? Yes. And I feel it's better to die on the journey of your purpose than to live a whole life in regret, sitting on the edge of the cliff complaining all your life. It is better to have died in the bargain. Those are heroes. Those are heroes we remember and worship till date. People who had the courage to confront their fears, to take up challenges, but having prepared before that. So what do we do now? You open up the playbook and get ready for the push. It's just 2 questions. Like I told you, give me 15 minutes of your day every day for the next 1 year. And I promise you, your genius. I promise you an adventure that will unleash your potential, that you'll be shocked that you were living the way you did 1 year before. So get started. I'm waiting.